So what are crypto loans? Crypto loans are simply borrowing cryptocurrencies. Crypto loans are simply borrowing cryptocurrencies. The fundamentals of crypto loans are very similar to traditional loans. One key factor where they differ lies in how the funds are accounted for. With traditional loans, banks or other institutions use credit scores. They take your details and then calculate a credit score for you, and then from the credit score, your loan amount is calculated, and then appropriate interest rate is added. While with crypto loans, credit scores are totally unnecessary. In fact, they are ignored completely on the Binance app. What Binance does is that it gives you about 65% of the amount of cryptocurrency you have on your Binance wallet. So for instance, if you have 100 BUSD on your Binance wallet, Binance can give you a loan up to 65 BUSD. However, the 100 BUSD serves as a collateral, so you cannot withdraw it until your loan is refunded, or your loan is returned, or paid back. So that is what crypto loans are, and that is how Binance work. That is how Binance deal with crypto loans. So on the Binance app, you have up to, on the Binance platform, you have up to 180 days to return your loan. You have between 7 to 180 days. So that is that about that. You can use your crypto loan however way you please, since a collateral is already there backing your loan up for you. Okay, so one other thing you need to know as well is that on Binance, the interest rate is very, very minimal compared to the traditional interest rate on loans. I mean, for a loan duration of up to 180 days, your interest rate is actually less than 10%. You can imagine that 180 days is 6 months, about 6 months. You see, you get a loan for up to 6 months and you are paying back less than 10%. In fact, it depends. You might even get less than, like the one I just did myself, and then I discovered the interest after 180 days is less than 5%. It was around 4 point something percent. So I mean, that is incredible. If you ask me, that is incredible. That means if you borrow about $100 for 180 days, you will only pay back $105, less than $105. You can imagine. Is that not reasonable? Guys, it is reasonable. Okay, so that is that. Let's now go to how to borrow on Binance. Okay, so once you're on the Binance page, go to more. Binance home page, go to more. Then you scroll down to where you have finance. Under the finance tab now, click on crypto loans, and you'll be taken straight to the page where you can borrow. So you type the amount you want to borrow in BUSD, but remember, since it is Binance, you are staking your BNB, though you can change it actually. Yes, you can change it. You can change the crypto asset you are staking, and the minimum amount of crypto asset you can stake, I think, is 100. Was the minimum, I think, is 100 BUSD. So if you don't have up to 100 BUSD staked in your if you don't have up to 160 or thereabout BUSD worth of a crypto asset, you may not be able to apply for a loan. So the value of whatever crypto asset you are using to stake should be around 160 minimum, 160 BUSD minimum or USD minimum. So it is then you can get up to 100 BUSD or USDT loan, and the loan you can draw through your P2P and then use for whatever reason. So the first form, the first space you fill here is the amount you want to borrow. You can also change your assets to USDT or USDC, whichever crypto asset you want to borrow with. And then the next thing is your collateral amount. That's the crypto asset you are sticking into this. And then the next thing is now your loan tenure or your loan time. So it can be 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, 90 days, 180 days. And then once you've done that, in this interest section, you will see your interest will be calculated and the amount you have to return will be displayed as well. So it's very simple. Then you click on start borrowing. It's as simple as that. Okay, so let's assume that you have already borrowed an amount, of a crypto coin, and you want to return it back to your wallet. Okay, you are required to manually repay the loan via the order page. So you are required to repay your loan via the order page. This is the borrowed page. This is the ongoing orders. So it is here that you are going to repay your loan. You can see repay at any time, interest calculated hourly, and stuff like that. So, and then note that the interest on the Binance app are calculated hourly. Per hour presently is 0.001042% per hour. That's how small the interest rate is. So even for 1,000 hours, it will have only summed up to 1%. And so you can imagine, if you stake it for 10,000 hours, it would have only summed up to 10%. So you can imagine how little the interest rate is. So you come to your order, and then from the order you will pay whatever amount you borrowed. Now it is important to know that interest required to be it is required to know that orders are to be paid before the principal. So that's what the Binance does. You are required to pay the order first before the principal, such that the borrower doesn't need to repay the entire principal in one payment. So once you've paid your interest, you don't have to repay your principal in one payment. In this case, that a borrower can repay early, and the entire amount of the principal is paid back. The interest is then charged in accordance with the length in time hours borrowed of the loan. Users also will not incur an early repayment fee. That's what this is normal even in all traditional loan transactions or loan dealings. Okay, so that is that about that. I hope you've learned from this video. Please kindly like this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on notifications so that you can know when I post the next video. Okay, thank you very much. Until we meet in our next video, bye for now.